Today's topic is effect hook. The effect hook is to handle the side effects like data fetching, and this will be called after every component mount. So we pass the function to the first parameter, and this will be remembered by React when the component renders, and then it will be run. So basically by using effect hook, you're telling React that this component needs to do this after renders. But sometimes we don't want the effect to be called whenever the component updates for the performance purpose. Then we can tell React to skip to run the effect by adding the second parameter. useEffect has a second parameter, which is the dependency array, and this can include the list of variables to watch for. So the side effect will be rerun whenever the variable in the array is updated. Also, we can leave it empty to execute the side effect only after component mounts. But the effect can try to change the set of the component even after the component unmounts. And we will see the error saying like can't perform a React state update on an unmounted component. And blah blah blah. To fix, cancel all subscriptions and async tasks in the useEffect cleanup function. So if our effect requires cleanup, we can make our effect return a function like this. So now we have a basic concept of how to use and when to use the effect hook. From now, I'm gonna quickly make one mini app to review the effect and state hooks. So I wanna make a stopwatch using effect hook, simple stopwatch with one decimal with start, pause, and stop buttons. Let me first create a state called time, and I want this time state to be updated every 100 milliseconds passed. And I'm gonna use setInterval, which runs the function in intervals, and set 100 milliseconds here. And update time state incrementing 0.1 from the previous state. And checking if it's incrementing every 100 milliseconds. Now I want it to start when I click the start button and display pause instead of start once it's started, and stop button there all the time. So let me create one more state to handle if the stopwatch is started or paused, and create pause and start buttons, and each on-click updates this start state. And the stop button will always be here. So this start state will be updated by clicking those buttons, and the time will be updated once this flag is set to true. And by setting the dependency with this start, it'll go to this if statement whenever the start state is updated. And when I check this stopwatch, it can be started but cannot be paused, neither stopped. So now is the time to use the cleanup function. For that, I have to store the ID value returned by setInterval and pass it to the clearInterval parameter. And checking it again, it works fine now. We can improve the stopwatch with minute or add the lapse, but I wanted to simply use useState and useEffect in here. So yeah, this is all I have for useEffect today. Thanks.